Hi, so today this is a music theory lesson on scales and chords and intervals. So starting off, we have our root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, which is essentially in the key of C major is your root, tone to the next note, which is D, which we would call our major second, your major third, which is E, and then a semitone to your perfect fourth, which is F, then your another tone, then to G, which is your perfect fifth. You have your major six, which is A, and then your major seventh, which would be B to the perfect octave, and that's your C major scale. And you'll notice that I assigned a number to each one of those notes. And so your one is just your root, two is the second note, three is the third note, four, five, and so on and so forth. Um, Now for minor scales, or maybe not for minor scales, but when a note that has been assigned the term major, so you have your major third, you have your major you have your major second, third, and sixth and seven. So you've got, and then you assign the word perfect to your fourth, fifth, and eighth note in those scales. When major is flattened by a semitone, it becomes minor. So in C major, I would have my root, my major second, my major third. But when I flatten my major third, that becomes now my minor third. And now that gives me the foundation of a minor scale. And in minor scales, you have a flat third, a flat six, and a flat seven. So that would look like, so in C, that would look like, you can see the difference. When any note that is given the denotation of perfect becomes flattened, that term then becomes diminished. When the note then is sharpened, it has the term augmented. For sharp, for the notes or for all the sharp notes in a scale, we use the phrase "fat cats get drowsy after eating bananas." Now that then dictates how many, or sorry, um, the sharps in a scale depending on the notes. And so then we use the names Da, Amy, Emma, Barry, Freddie, and Charlie to find out how many sharps are in those scales. So in my D major scale, I've got two sharps. And because fat cats are the first two words in my phrase, fat cats get drowsy after eating bananas, I know that my two sharps are F and C. So I have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. So I know my two sharps in that scale are F and C. So I've got F sharp and C sharp in my D major scale. For flats, we use the phrase big ears and Dumbo got cold feet. So for my B major or B flat major scale, I have two flats. So I know my first two flats are B and E. So I've got B flat, E flat. So I know my two flats in my B flat major scale are B and E flat. So now the names we use or the words we use for our flats are be, eat, army, drink, and guitar. And each one of these names and words has a different amount of letters in it. And for each letter, you then take a note from your big ears and Dumbo got cold feet and you flatten it. Next, we have our natural and harmonic minor scales. So for our natural minor, you take the third, sixth, and seven and you flatten them. So C minor would look like 1, 2, minor third, 4, 5, minor sixth, flat seventh. So you take your third, sixth, and seven and flatten them. For harmonic minor, and let's say A harmonic minor, you would have your flat 3, flat 6, but with a natural 7. So that would sound. Now for a chord spelling. So your triads would be your 1, 3, and 5. So for a D major, you would have D, A, D, F sharp, So your triad of your D major chord is D, F sharp, and A. Those are the three notes in D major chord. So that is your 1, 3rd, and 5. Or in C, that would be C, E, and G. For minor, it's a flat third but a natural fifth. So that's C minor, C major, C minor, and I'm just flattening that third note. For diminished, it's a flat third and a flat 5. So that would look like this is our chord spelling. Diminished, or yeah, I just said diminished. So our diminished is 1, flat 3, flat 5. For augmented, we've got back to our major third, but with a sharpened fifth. That's an augmented. Our sus2 chords would be C, D, and G would be our sus2 chord, because you remove the third and replace it with the 2 or suspended second. So I would have C, D, and G would be my sus2 in C major, and then it's much the same for the fourth, which would be C, F, and G. So that would be might not be the easiest chord to look at, but C, F, and G. Now we go on to our 7 chords. So for our major 7 this is our C major 7. So that would be C, E, B, and G. But because guitars are naturally inverted, it's a bit odd shaped. So we have C, E, B, G. And for a major second chord, you just take the 7th note in your scale and just add it to your chord. So that is our C major 7 chord. For our C dominant 7 chord, it's the same major shape, but instead of with a natural 7, you flatten it, and so you've got a dominant 7. So the notes in that are C, E, G, and B flat. Then you've got a minor 7, which would be with your flat third, which would be E flat, and then you just keep that dominant 7. So then your notes are C, G, E flat, and B flat. I'm a bit under the weather at the moment. So for your minor major 7 chord, it would be your 1, your flat third, your 5, and your major 7, which would look like that's. For your half diminished minor 7 would be a flat third, flat 5, and flat 7. So that would look like. Oops, sorry. So notes in that would be C, E flat, G flat, and B flat. For your diminished 7 would be 1, 3, or flat third, flat 5, and a double flat 7. So that would look like. So that is a diminished 7. So our notes in that would be C, E flat, G, G flat, and B double flat or A. Very diminished chord. Now we have extensions. You often see in chord progressions your 9, 11, and 13 numbers. The 9 is the same as the second note in your scale, the 11 is the same as the fourth note in your scale, and the 13 is the same as the sixth note in your scale. So yeah, and a minor major 9 chord would be 1 flat or 1, 5, flat 3, or 7. And then our 9 would be D. Unfortunately, guitar, I can't really play that chord. So in our minor major 9 chords, it would be 1, flat 3, and 5. So the same as our minor triad, with your 7 in a major 7th and a major 9th. In a minor major 13, flat 9, sharp 11, for example, your notes in that would be C, E flat, G, B, D flat, F sharp, and A. Again, restrictions of the guitar, can't play that chord. But But that's all you need to know about extensions, is that your 9, 11, and 13 are the same as the second, fourth, and sixth notes in your scales. Just as an overall end to the lesson, just remember your root, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone to make your major scales. The root is also known as the tonic. So these are your tonics or roots. Remember that major 2, 3, 6, 7, perfect 4, 5, and 8. And then for your sharp scales, it's fat cats get drowsy after eating bananas, and the names are Da, Amy, Emma, Barry, Freddie, and Charlie, which all have subsequent addition of letters in each name to indicate how many notes are sharpened in that scale. And the same for flats, big ears, and Dumbo got cold feet. For B flat is B, E flat is eat, A flat army, D flat drink, G flat for guitar, each with, and again, an additional number of letters in that word to indicate how many flats are in that scale. Your natural, flat third, flat six, flat seven, harmonic minor, flat 3 and flat 6 with a natural 7th. Remember for chord spelling, it's your triads 1, 3, 5, minors 1, 3, flat 3, 5, and then diminished and augmented sus2, sus4. That's it.